your primetime local news leader. Fox 22 News at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones.
And I'm Peter Dubois. First tonight, major news from Augusta. The Senate has passed a controversial abortion bill.
That bill expands access to abortion later in pregnancy if a doctor determines it is necessary. Abortions like that are rare. In fact, data from the Maine CDC shows that in 2021, there were 0 known induced abortions performed after 19 weeks in the state. Governor Mills introduced the bill, citing the experience of a woman from Yarmouth who had to travel to Colorado to end her pregnancy after learning her fetus would not survive due to a genetic birth defect. Tonight's vote was 20-11 in the Senate. It now goes to the governor for her signature.
Well, authorities say they are searching for a Maine inmate who walked away from an assigned worksite in Machias on Thursday. The Maine Department of Corrections says Down East Correctional Facility inmate James Berube walked away from his assigned worksite at Maine Wild in Machias. Berube is 6 feet tall, weighing around 180 pounds, with blonde hair and blue eyes. He was last seen wearing blue jeans, a black and blue hooded sweatshirt, and a denim jacket. The Maine Department of Corrections says Berube is serving a 12-year sentence for kidnapping, burglary, theft, arson, and eluding an officer, with all but 5 years suspended. If you see him, you're asked to not confront him and call 911.
One man died in a boating incident on the Kennebec River in North Anson last night. According to the Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife, 72-year-old Mark Henry of Fort Pierce, Florida, was driving an airboat with 63-year-old Matthew Sleeper of North Anson when Henry adjusted the trim tabs, causing the boat to nosedive into the water. The boat took on too much water and sank. Sleeper told authorities he and Henry began to swim to shore, but when Sleeper reached the shore, he looked back and didn't see Henry. Henry's body was retrieved by the North Anson Fire Department and taken to a local funeral home. The crash remains under investigation by the Maine Warden's Service.
An elderly Bangor man was killed in a car crash on Stillwater Avenue Wednesday morning. Bangor police say it happened around 9 a.m. Police responded to a report of a motor vehicle accident at the intersection of Stillwater Avenue and Howard Street. 86-year-old Franklin Walsh of Bangor was the sole occupant of his vehicle. He was transported to a local hospital for treatment but later succumbed to his injuries. The driver and sole occupant of the other vehicle was not injured. The crash is under investigation by Bangor detectives, and anyone who may have witnessed the crash or has any information is asked to contact Detective Tom Valenti at 947-7384 extension 5748. That information is on our website, foxbangor.com.
Police say a crash in Lincoln Wednesday night led to the discovery of loaded guns, ski masks, and drugs. Our David Ledford has the latest on the incident.
Lincoln police were called to respond to a head-on crash involving 2 pickup trucks and 4 men on Main Street just before 9:30 p.m. Wednesday night. During their investigation, officers reportedly found a loaded shotgun in plain view of one of the vehicles, which led to the discovery and subsequent seizure of illegal paraphernalia.
We found a loaded shotgun along with a loaded revolver, along with a loaded .40 caliber handgun. Again, we found what we suspect to be fentanyl and heroin on one of the individuals, along with crystal methamphetamine.
34-year-old Christopher Mitchell, the driver of one of the trucks, and 44-year-old Matthew Van Dyne, both from Medway, were arrested. Mitchell was found to have 3 sets of bail conditions, with 2 sets stating he was not allowed to use or possess dangerous weapons or firearms. He was charged with violating conditions of release. Van Dyne was discovered to be a felon and was charged with possession of a firearm by a prohibited person and unlawful possession of scheduled drugs. At this time, police say they suspect the confiscated items were intended for or already used to commit crimes.
There was multiple items that appeared to either have been used or were going to be used in the commission of burglaries, to include bolt cutters, some other sort of tools, again, crowbars that are common and used in burglary. There was some documentation discussing burglaries and burglary tools.
Police also discovered a knife, various types of ammunition, a drug kit, a GPS, maps, handcuffs, and camouflage clothing. Police say the other two men involved in the crash, identified as Justin Peters and Robert Ryder, are not believed to be connected to Van Dyne or Mitchell. Police say they believe that Peters, the driver of the second vehicle, was operating under the influence at the time of the crash and are awaiting his blood test results. Both Mitchell and Van Dyne have posted bail. The incident is still under investigation, and additional charges are expected. In Lincoln, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Last Friday, a bill that would restore access to federal laws benefiting the Wabanaki Nations was vetoed by Governor Mills. Today in the House, legislators came up short in a vote to override the governor's veto. Our Matthew Jurancic has more.
Proponents of the bill that would increase tribal rights gathered at the State House Thursday morning ahead of a last-ditch effort to overturn the governor's veto.
Just gives the tribes a benefit to the federal laws that have been passed, in benefit of the tribes. Her fighting against the efforts of this, really puts the state and the tribal relations in a tough position.
Despite having support from both Republicans and Democrats, the two sides failed to get the necessary two-thirds votes to overturn the governor's decision in an 84-57 vote.
I'm feeling really disappointed and heartbroken even. I think that the state of Maine has missed an opportunity to take an important step forward with the Wabanaki tribes in our relationship.
LD 2004 would have changed state law, allowing tribes to benefit from federal laws they are currently excluded from, regarding land use, environmental matters, and self-governance. Those in opposition say the language of the bill was rushed.
I am happy that the veto was sustained. This bill was very rushed. It was printed and went through committee in a very short matter of weeks without input from municipalities that have great interest in it.
Despite the bill's failure, supporters say the fight for equality is far from over.
Let's just work together and do what's right, the humane thing, and give the Wabanaki tribes their ability to self-governance and give us the ability to either succeed or fail on our own terms.
In Augusta, Matthew Jurancic, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
In other news tonight, a bipartisan state budget deal between Democrats and Republicans is expected to pass the House of Representatives. A version of the bill passed the House in an 80-58 vote, despite failing to get the necessary two-thirds majority needed to pass it immediately. Now, the new deal would add an extra $800 million on top of the previous $9.9 billion deal passed in March. Even though it passed, House Republican leader Billy Bob Falkingham was not fully in support of that deal.
We were glad that it had included some of our priorities, but at the end of the day, the tax increase for paid family leave was really the biggest deciding factor. We didn't want to raise taxes on working people.
The House will vote on two amendments to the budget before it heads to the Senate, which would fix the bill's language and remove the emergency clause due to that deal not receiving two-thirds support.
In 6 weeks, more than 80 families seeking a new life in Maine must move out of the emergency shelter at the Portland Expo, but no one knows for sure where they're going. One idea being looked at right now is housing those families on a college campus. Brad Rogers has more.
According to the governor's press secretary, Governor Mills is considering a plan to relocate the asylum seekers from the Portland Expo to a college campus in the town of Unity. Unity Environmental University, formerly Unity College, is now mostly an online school, so there are vacant dorms on campus, a cafeteria, and space for services. Unity President Dr. Melik Peter Corey says we remain willing to help, but will not put the cart before the horse. He says before asylum seekers could be housed at Unity, there would need to be a comprehensive plan between the institution, the town, the state, and advocacy groups, as well as adequate funding. Now, this idea came from the Greater Portland Council of Governments without consulting anyone in Unity. The university and Unity town leaders tell CBS 13 they've still not been approached about the idea. In this letter, Portland's mayor and city manager told the governor, "We believe the Unity College proposal offers near immediate transitional housing for asylum seekers already here in Maine, and we ask for your support."
I think we cannot miss this chance. We have to take it.
Armando Cananga is an asylum seeker from Angola. He lives in Scarborough now, but says the Unity campus could be a good solution.
This is a good idea if people can go there and find a place for some time and come back here. I think it's not bad.
The clock is ticking.
The Maine Immigrants' Rights Coalition is also supportive of relocating asylum seekers to Unity, though nothing is official yet. They've got a deadline of August 17th, and there's really no plan right now for where they're going to go.
Yeah, it's a stressful situation for everyone involved, and we're all working together to try to find solutions before that looming deadline comes. We're looking outside of the box for solutions for these people to have housing, wraparound services, and have it be more cost effective for the state of Maine to house these people as we move them along in the resettlement process.
New at 6, the millions it would cost to provide emergency housing in Unity, and who might provide that funding.
And that was Brad Rogers reporting. Well, the entire planet saw the unofficial hottest days in human record keeping this week, according to University of Maine scientists. Data from UMaine's Climate Reanalyzer project, which is a website that brings together climate and weather statistics with computer simulations, indicates that the global average temperature reached a high of 62.6 degrees Fahrenheit on Monday and then rose again to 62.9 on Tuesday. Sean Burkle, developer of the Climate Reanalyzer, explained those results.
It's an increase in the global mean temperature estimated from a federal climate data product, and we're evaluating this real time. It is certainly very notable, and it's consistent with what we have been observing the past few months of extremes.
The global record is pending approval from climate measurement groups like the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. To view the most recent data for yourself, you can visit climatereanalyzer.org. And we have certainly been feeling the heat the last few days. Yeah. It doesn't look like there's much of an end in sight.
Yeah, I know that research is global, but it really feels very relevant the last couple of days.
Yeah, I definitely think we're tipping the average upward
Absolutely.
a little bit, unfortunately. All right, well, let's go ahead and get a first check of our forecast.
Thank you so much, Beth. Our first weather today is brought to you by Saliba's Rug Cleaners, Maine's largest rug cleaning destination for over 70 years. All right, we made it. Yes, sir, we did. 91 degrees. That was our high temperature today. Hopefully, you folks really enjoyed the outdoors yesterday and today, because this will not be lasting that long. We had high temperatures in the 90s everywhere. We had Millinocket 91, Waterville, Augusta, the coast a little bit cooler, Rockland 79, and then Bar Harbor was in those mid-80s, but still 80s. I'll take that any day. Overall, though, we did see peaks of sunshine, partly cloudy skies. Most of this up here is shown up as rain. It is Virga, precipitation not quite reaching the ground. Air quality, though, we are more on the moderate end, not in the criteria to get any air quality advisories. Later on tonight, though, we are looking at mid-60s outside with a few passing clouds. Beth?
All righty, Conrad, thanks so much. More to come on that later.
Indeed, and still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, our Doug Banks scaled Cadillac Mountain, and will have tips from park rangers for anyone looking to take a visit.
A store that has been open for more than 100 years in Blue Hill is sadly closing its doors. We'll have those stories and more local news coming up.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Who likes to drink good coffee? At Carabassa Coffee Company, we roast premium quality coffee beans from all over the world. Roasted to perfection in small batches, our coffee is always fresh. We offer a large selection, including our specialty blends, organics, single origins, decaf, and flavor. Whether you like light, medium, or dark roasts, we have coffee to suit every taste. We offer flat rate shipping for online orders, and we ship fast. Carabassa Coffee Company. Drink good coffee.
Sunny's Par 3 and Driving Range, located in Winterport, is the perfect place to practice all aspects of your golf techniques. Owned and operated by professional golf instructor Sonny Reynolds, this Par 3 course will suit anyone's game. Sunny's features a Par 3 golf course, a driving range, and golf lessons are available too. It's easy to see why Sunny's Par 3 and Driving Range is the best kept secret in Winterport. We look forward to seeing you this season at Sunny's Par 3 and Driving Range. ABC 7, Fox 22, Mainly Eyes, and River's Edge Chiropractic want to send you to see Big Time Rush live in concert on their Can't Get Enough tour with special guests Max and Jax Tuesday, July 11th at the Main Savings Amphitheater in Bangor. Sign up to win tickets by registering at Mainly Eyes in the Bangor Mall. Mainly Eyes, you'll see the difference. And River's Edge Chiropractic Wellness Center in Old Town. Win tickets to see Big Time Rush July 11th on the Bangor waterfront.
Who is still standing following the Bloodline Civil War. And the Grayson Waller Effect welcomes Edge. It's an all-new Friday Night SmackDown, live at 8, 7 Central on Fox.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Hello, I'm Emma Smith, and coming up on Good Morning Maine, ever heard of a rage room? Well, we'll have an insider look at a new place that people can pay to go and rage. Plus, we'll be at the State House covering all the latest since it's back in session, and we'll have an live interview discussing the Maine International Film Fest coming up.
Welcome back. Acadia National Park officials are encouraging people to take advantage of the warm weather and plan a visit to the park. Our very own Doug Banks went to the summit of Cadillac Mountain to learn more about what Acadia has to offer.
Now that Maine is starting to feel like it's actually summer, some of us might be itching to throw off that rain jacket and take a trip to one of Maine's prettiest gems, Cadillac Mountain at Acadia National Park. Before you make the trip to the top, it's important to make sure you have shoes with good traction, plenty of water, stay on the trails, and be aware of your surroundings.
You know, there's always something to do in Acadia, especially if you plan ahead. We always want visitors to make sure that they're being safe and that they have a plan, a backup plan, and maybe a third backup plan.
For those, like myself, who don't want to make the 7-mile hike to the summit, there are now plenty of different ways to make it to the top while staying in that air-conditioned car. Along with commercial busing options, the National Park is offering visitors to bring their own car to the top of Cadillac Mountain through their car reservation program.
They need to make sure that they have their park pass that'll get you into the park for the full week. And they need to make sure, if they're trying to come to Cadillac, that they're going to get a vehicle reservation. That vehicle reservation costs $6, and that means that when you come through to the park, you will have a place to park when you get up to the summit.
No matter how you get to the top, and no matter how long you stay, remember to stay safe and truly appreciate the experience. However you color your rainbow.
As Acadia changes, we change as well. So you can see as you walk through the summit, there are some vegetation restoration plots as the park is trying to restore some of our mountain summits. Some days you can see different pieces, sometimes you can see further, other times it's just a beautiful place to be to appreciate the wonders of Acadia.
At Cadillac Mountain, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
And for more information on the park, you can visit rec.gov. Well, Mainers have the chance to see a collection of movies not being shown anywhere else. Starting Friday, the city of Waterville will be home to the 26th annual Maine International Film Festival. MIF will showcase 100 films through its 10-day run, a handful of which were made right here in Maine.
MIF is an experience that you can't get anywhere else in the state of Maine. We show movies that you can only see here, and that's what makes it so special. It's about building community.
Tickets and passes can be purchased at the event or online at mif.org.
Well, you can now check out a new sculpture at Kennedy Park in Lewiston. The city says it's the 5th and final sculpture installed in the Tree Street neighborhood as part of the Choice Neighborhood Planning and Action Grant work. City leaders say in 2018, Lewiston received funding to work with residents to create a plan for how they'd like to see their neighborhood redeveloped. The city began implementing parts of the plan, including adding public art, which residents said was a priority.
That started the sculpture work that we've been celebrating the past year and a half here in Lewiston. Hugh Lassen is the sculptor who created arboreal figure in response to the elements of the transformation plan and really the vision that the community had for their neighborhood and what they would like to see here.
The sculptor, who lives in Cherryfield, says he's thrilled to have his work displayed in the park.
A century-plus old fixture in the Blue Hill community will be closing, taking with it a long history of providing for the community. Merrill and Hinckley General Store owner John Bannister says he's been there 50 years, but the local historical society uncovered paperwork showing it was built in 1890. The slogan, Bannister says, was almost everything. The store has meant a lot of things to a lot of different people over the years, providing a wide variety of products to different folks and groups, from food to construction and agricultural supplies. Bannister says thanks to the high cost of doing business, it's becoming less and less feasible for medium-sized businesses to survive.
In the state of Maine, we've made it impossible for a business that has gone on and thrived for well over 100 years to continue. You know, the cost of electricity, the cost of fuel oil, taxes, and most of all, the cost of labor is you can't sell your products for enough money to cover those costs.
Bannister said Merrill and Hinckley has survived more than a dozen other stores in the area that came and went. There's no definite date set for the closure, as the store must first sell off its current inventory.
The Mount Desert Island community is mourning tonight after a beloved member of the community passed away. Jamie Gonzalez worked as a custodian at MDI High School for 46 years. This video is from a night back in February of 2015, just before he retired, where students and staff celebrated all that Jamie had done for the school. He's remembered as being a positive influence on everyone he met.
He's always had a positive thing to say, and always was very friendly and welcoming and helpful to anybody that needed it. There's a lot of stories that are out there, but no kid ever went without anything at the high school when he was there. He would always take money out of his own pocket.
Gonzalez is also remembered as a generous man that even in retirement stayed around to cheer on his teams.
Certainly someone that's going to be sorely missed, but also very well remembered.
Absolutely.
All right, well, coming up on the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22, 2 firefighters have died fighting the still burning blaze aboard a freight vessel in New Jersey. And a troubling new study claims half of the nation's tap water may contain forever chemicals. Those stories and more as the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22 continues.
Jerry's Used Cars has been a family-owned business for more than 30 years, currently in Corinna and Vesey. However, we have changed a little as we are no longer just a buy here, pay here dealership. We now have access to outside financing and also carry utility trailers. We would be happy to assist you with your next vehicle purchase. And don't forget, here at Jerry's Used Cars, we offer an extended warranty. So give us a call at either our Corinna or Vesey location.
Let's face it, getting training and experience is hard, but at Loring Job Corps, we can help. From certifications in automotive technology, obtaining your CDL, or learning building trades, we have you covered. Maybe you prefer joining the high-tech world of computer networking or cybersecurity. We have that as well. Don't delay, get in the driver's seat to your future today. And the best part, Loring Job Corps is free. Receive free training, free meals, and even free housing. Call or go to jobcorps.gov/Loring. Job Corps careers begin here.
OHI is a fantastic place to work and has allowed me the growth I need to excel in my career, all while having fun with the people I support and my colleagues.
OHI works around my school schedule and allows me to get the hours I want while maintaining my grades. Also, I can help out my community.
Plus, OHI has an incredible training program, not to mention all the benefits. Here at OHI, we believe everything is possible, and that means as much for our employees as it does for those we support. Apply today and see what's possible for your future.
I'm saving with Liberty Mutual, Mom. They customize your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. You could save $700 just by switching.
Oh, let me put a reminder on my phone. On the top of the pile.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Great things are always cooking at the Ground. New menu, new specials, with an amazing variety of choices for every taste. Good times, great service, and amazing food. Only at your locally owned Ground, Odland Road, Bangor.
What's it gonna take to stop this U.S. team?
We can steal their place.
It's quite simple, really. You train for 4 years in an AR simulations that mimics their every move.
Yeah.
Initializing crystal done.
What's it gonna take to stop this U.S. team?
They're faster, slower, with style.
Good luck with that.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Welcome back. Investigators are on the scene of a cargo ship fire in New Jersey that killed 2 firefighters overnight. The blaze broke out on 3 floors of a massive ship docked on the port of Newark. Fox's Brian Yennis has details.
And this is like an ultimate sacrifice of the fire service.
2 firefighters were killed after getting trapped while fighting a large fire on a ship docked at Port Newark. Crews first responded late Wednesday to calls about a fire on board the cargo ship called the Grande Costa d'Avario. Upon arrival, Newark firefighters found multiple cars on fire on the 10th floor of the ship, with flames quickly spreading to the 11th and 12th floors.
The members went in, like we always do, to try to make a bad situation better.
The 2 firefighters who died, later identified as 45-year-old Augusta Acabo and 49-year-old Wayne Brooks, had to back out because of the intense heat. That's when they got lost. Specialized rescuers from across New York and New Jersey were brought in to find them. The ship was carrying at least 5,000 cars as cargo and towers 12 stories high. City firefighters are trained to battle blazes on cruise ships and vessels with living quarters, but not ones that carry cars.
This was definitely a unique fire for us.
5 other firefighters were also injured, and investigators say the cause of the fire is unknown.
There are no words to describe the courage I saw.
Crews were unable to get the flames under control until early Thursday morning. In New York, Brian Yennis, Fox News.
And meanwhile, there's new concern over a government study showing that drinking water from nearly half of all U.S. faucets likely contains forever chemicals that may cause cancer and other health problems. Fox's Aisha Hasni reports.
You can't see them, but scientists say there may be dangerous chemicals floating in your drinking water.
This is not good. And like, who wants to drink contaminated water?
In a first-of-its-kind study by the U.S. Geological Survey, researchers tested tap water from private wells and public systems in more than 700 homes across the country and found nearly half turned up synthetic chemicals called per- and polyfluorinated alkyl substances, or PFAS. According to the CDC, exposure to high levels of PFAS may lead to higher risk of kidney and testicular cancer and even low birth weight in babies.
What we saw was not surprising. What this study gave us information on is kind of hotspots of exposure.
The study revealed urban areas across the eastern seaboard, Great Lakes, Great Plains, and California fared the worst, while researchers rarely found PFAS in rural regions.
I think the government does need to intervene.
The Environmental Protection Agency recently proposed limits on just 6 types of PFAS out of the existing 12,000. Some advocacy groups want the government to go further and force companies contributing to the pollution to treat the water. Other experts say it's time for everyone to pitch in.
Let's get government support because we're going to need it. Let's make people accountable for it and take action.
You might reach for bottled water to avoid PFAS, but experts say not so fast. You should find out if there is any pollution near the water source seeping into it. There are products available to purify your water at home, but if you can't afford that, you should call your water utility and see if they can help do anything for you. In New York, I'm Aisha Hasni, Fox News.
Well, the FDA endorses a new drug that could impact millions of Americans suffering from Alzheimer's, a drug medical experts believe could slow down the impacts of that disease. Fox's Madeline Rivera has the story.
A ray of hope for millions of patients struggling with Alzheimer's. They'll soon be able to get a closely watched new drug, Leqembi, after the Food and Drug Administration gave it full approval Thursday.
This is a huge win for our community, and it is only the beginning.
U.S. officials conditionally approved the medication in January. Full approval now clears the way for Medicare and other insurance plans to cover much of the treatment's high cost, priced at about $26,500 a year.
We have lost 6 months of time between the accelerated approval and today. We cannot afford to lose more time.
Leqembi works by targeting a sticky brain plaque that's linked to the disease. Studies show the medication can slow its progress when taken in the early stages of Alzheimer's.
Giving people time with Alzheimer's to slow progression is very valuable, not only in terms of their quality of life, not only in terms of preparation for what's to come, but also in terms of families and how they're coping with the situation.
But the drug comes with high risks too. According to its label, serious and life-threatening events can occur, like brain bleeding. It's also not a cure. Still, some folks are willing to take the chance.
I was just very, very blessed and happy to get into this study and have a chance to fight this thing.
While the drug will now be partially covered by Medicare, the government is setting extra requirements, including enrollment in a federal registry to track the drug's safety and effectiveness. In Washington, Madeline Rivera, Fox News.
Details of the deal to keep Wagner chief Yevgeny Prigozhin and his troops safe after their mutiny against the Kremlin are largely unknown. The president of Belarus says the mercenary leader is not in his country, raising questions about his location and safety. All this as a bold Russian missile attack took deadly aim at civilians. Fox's Jeff Paul has more.
Conflicting reports regarding the whereabouts of Russian mercenary leader Yevgeny Prigozhin.
Yevgeny Prigozhin is in St. Petersburg. He might travel to Moscow or he might be elsewhere, but he's not on Belarus's territory.
But the Kremlin remains vague.
We are not monitoring Prigozhin's moves. We have neither the possibility nor the desire to do so.
The Kremlin confirmed that Prigozhin's move to Belarus was among the conditions of a deal brokered by Belarus's president last month to end the group's short-lived rebellion against Moscow and keep the Wagner chief and his troops safe. But the Russian presidential spokesperson refused to say if Prigozhin being elsewhere would be a violation of that deal. Now, even his troops are said to be in Russia.
Very serious Wagner fighters are in their permanent camps.
Belarus's leader saying Thursday he would lead peace talks between Ukraine and Moscow. The offer to help broker a peaceful resolution coming as Russia launches deadly cruise missiles into an apartment building in Ukraine. New video shows the roof and top 2 floors destroyed as emergency workers search through the rubble for survivors. The attack happening far from the front lines in the western city of Lviv. Residents there say they're shaken.
This is terrible. They hit civilian people.
The city targeted in this latest attack, Lviv, Ukraine, once served as a crucial border crossing for refugees trying to escape the war. In London, Jeff Paul, Fox News.
And still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, the town of Winslow is home to the state of Maine's first Rage Room. We'll take you there.
And in sports, Maine United is back in action, looking to stay unbeaten at Peach Jam. We'll be right back.
The Bakers are taking big risks to win.
You seem stressed out. What's going on?
When do you ever come here and I'm not stressed out?
All new Crime Scene Kitchen, Monday, July 10th on Fox.
During Renewal by Andersen's 4th of July sale, get incredible savings on the most trusted family of window and patio door brands in America. Call for your free window diagnosis and begin your Renewal by Andersen signature service experience. A unique start-to-finish home improvement solution, skillfully guided by Renewal by Andersen professionals. Our 4th of July sale is going on right now, but it won't last. Act now, because these incredible 4th of July savings on our exclusive composite fabrics material windows end soon. Renewal by Andersen, the better way to a better window.
Since 1950, Fairhaven Camps, located in Brooks, Maine, has provided quality Christian summer camping experiences to young people from Maine and beyond. At Fairhaven Camps, we empower youth from ages 6 through 17 to seek the truth of the gospel of Jesus Christ. Fairhaven Camps offers day or overnight camps as well as horsemanship and wilderness camps. Fairhaven Camps is now hiring for summer staff and accepting registration for campers. To sign up, apply, or donate, please visit www.fairhavencamps.org or call us today.
Bob's Summer of Savings makes buying new furniture a win-win. Because my everyday low prices means you don't have to choose between a new sofa or a fun day with the fam. Get my Avenger sofa or console love seat with exciting features like power reclining seats, USB ports, a drop-down table, and Bobapedic comfort in gray or black, just $9.99 each, with financing options to fit your budget, so you can make a splash at home and with the fam. Have a win-win summer at Bob's Discount Furniture, in-store or online today.
It's the Midsummer Classic on Fox.
Man, is this going to be fun. Stars all over the field.
The world's biggest headliners, serving up their mammoth hits.
Oh, he's sensational!
They're taking center stage for one incredible show.
It's gone!
The MLB All-Star Game. Coverage begins Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern on Fox.
The newly launched app Threads is already at the center of a legal dispute. ABC News reports Twitter has sent a cease and desist letter to Meta over the app. The letter accuses Meta of stealing Twitter's trade secrets. It says Meta hired dozens of former Twitter employees who retained inside information about Twitter. The letter reportedly accuses Meta of having the former Twitter workers develop what's being called Meta's copycat Threads app. Twitter owner Elon Musk wrote on his social media app, "Competition is fine, cheating is not." Threads was launched on Wednesday, and Meta says already 10 million people have signed up for the app.
From Stranger Things on stage to Taylor Swift announcing who's joining her on her tour, we have that and more in today's Hollywood Nation with Fox's Ashley Dvorkin.
Thank you. A final season announced. Taylor's tour extends and curtains up on the Upside Down in the Hollywood Nation. A new teaser for the Stranger Things stage adaptation, Stranger Things: The First Shadow, teases it could reveal what's coming up in season 5 for Eleven and Friends in Hawkins, Indiana. The video for the play features clips of the Netflix series and states it takes audiences right back to the beginning of the Stranger Things story, and it might hold the key to what comes next. The First Shadow starts at the Phoenix Theatre in London, November 17th. Taylor Swift added 14 stops to her UK-Europe Eras tour and revealed Paramore will be joining her. The superstar shared her excitement about how she and Paramore's Hayley Williams have been friends since they were teens in Nashville, and now they get to frolic around the UK-Europe next summer. That leg of the tour starts in Paris September 5th. Swift's U.S. shows wrap August 9th in Los Angeles, and in the meantime, Taylor is releasing Speak Now, Taylor's version, Friday.
I just wanted to let you know a little bit about myself.
In today's First Looks, it's the 4th and final season of Netflix's Sex Education. The show says the season will be full of love, laughter, tears, friendship, new relationships, and old. Dan Levy is among the new cast members joining this last chapter, which premieres September 21st. In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
And we've been talking at the center of discussion has been the incredible heat that we've been experiencing the last couple of days.
Yeah, it's been a little thick. The air's been a little thick.
That's a good way to describe it. You can cut it with a knife, I think.
Yeah, a little heavy weighing down on you a bit.
Yep.
All right, well, let's see if there's a break coming in our future or if we just need to knuckle under and keep going.
We had high temperatures near 90 degrees earlier today all over the state. But cooler air, of course, will be rolling on in very shortly. I'll have the answers and more coming up.
Sure, the driveway looks good now with the snow on it, but you know what will still be under there in the spring? The same cracks, crumbles, and potholes that were there before winter. Call Eaton Paving today. Let's make an appointment to fix those problems when the weather is ready. Eaton Paving and Excavation.
Are you considering buying a new home? A home inspection is a major step in the home buying process. Knowing the current condition of your future home is very important. From simple DIY repairs to major issues that could cost thousands down the road. Not only can TJ inspect your property, but he is also a licensed contractor. Give him a call today at 210-5000 for a free inspection quote.
There are so many fun things to do in Maine. Now you can enjoy more for less. Check out Half Off Fun from foxbangor.com.
Maine's Family Fun Track, Speedway 95 on the Onland Road in Herman. Join in the fun and action for Saturday night races. See our website for a schedule of this season's races. Speedway 95, Onland Road, Herman. A great place to take the whole family for a night of fun.
There's a limited supply available. It's on sale right now. Save with Half Off Fun from foxbangor.com.
Approximately 50,000 kids, like Brooke, receive care at Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center each year. You can help them by supporting the Summer Classic for Maine Kids. This new tournament will help all kids receiving care at Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center by raising funds to ensure that pediatric care is available today, tomorrow, and in the years ahead. Every dollar raised helps kids get back to the business of being kids. For more information about the event and how to donate, please visit northernlight.org/4kids.
Sure, the driveway looks good now with the snow on it, but you know what will still be under there in the spring? The same cracks, crumbles, and potholes that were there before winter. Call Eaton Paving today. Let's make an appointment to fix those problems when the weather is ready. Eaton Paving and Excavation.
Saturdays, baseball's best are showing out.
Swing and a drive!
Fox Saturday Baseball all season long.
Welcome back, my friends. Hopefully you've been enjoying the last couple of days with the really hot weather in the region. Our Maine weather today is brought to you by Maine Made Relief. Browntail Maine Rash Relief is extremely effective in battling the symptoms of the rash from the browntail moth. Handmade with natural ingredients in Blue Hill, Maine. And temperatures have been warm in all corners of the United States, going from Portland all the way to Phoenix, Florida, and then, of course, in our state, we had some near record high temperatures. Our average high around 80 degrees. Tomorrow's going to be another hot looking day, 87. Look what happens by the weekend. More near average, I'd say around 80 degrees and slightly cooler Monday into Tuesday. We're looking at mid 70s outside, but look what happens by Wednesday. Oh yeah, good surprise for us. 80s will be back. So I'm looking at extended trends past the 1 week, and temperatures will be warming back up into the 80s. So some great news for us. And of course, those water temperatures are warming back up as well. We're looking at mid 60s on average. That's that water temperature right by the coast of Maine. And wind speed wise, not too bad besides Bar Harbor. A 14-mile-an-hour sustained wind, 10 miles an hour here in Bangor, but then just up north, Greenville, Millinocket, pretty much at 0. So things are not looking too bad in our region today. Overall, though, partly cloudy skies, some peaks of sunshine. Most of this right here is showing up on the radar as green as some rain. It's not quite reaching the ground. There are a couple of sprinkles here and there all the way up north, but other than that, we have nothing to worry about for us for at least the next couple of days. And then, unfortunately, an active weather pattern will be back. I know. I wish it was just sunny for several days, but we are out of luck. More rain will be back in just a couple of days, and we're looking at maybe half an inch, 3/4 of an inch of rain, maybe even more in some spots. Look at this. Greenville and north, these red colors right here, right at that border of Canada and Maine. We're looking at 2, 2.5, even 3 inches of rain in some spots. So get ready and have those umbrellas prepared. And of course, with that rain in the area, these dew points will continue to stay more on the sticky end. And it definitely feels sticky. I was just outside a couple of minutes, and it absolutely does feel very muggy and sticky outdoors. Tonight, though, I would definitely turn on the air conditioners. We're looking at mild low temperatures, mid-60s outside, partly cloudy skies, and there will be some dense fog once again. Tomorrow, another hot-looking day, mid to upper 80s, partly cloudy skies, a couple of sprinkles here and there, mainly just north of town. Our extended forecast outlook does show more rain showers and thunderstorms back in the region starting Saturday. Beth?
So a little bit of a cool off.
Yeah, we'll definitely take that after
We're dropping out of the 90s, high 80s.
Yeah,
Woo.
we'll take it.
All right.
All right, well, sports is coming up next with Tyler Cruz. Stay with us.
Wherever you are, whether you're ready or not, it's coming. With a purpose, with persistence, with the power to change the way you live. So you don't have to change the way you live. Generac automatic standby generators. Control your power, control your life. Visit Generac.com.
Comfort Shoes and More is your destination for all of your spring and summer footwear essentials. We have trained podorthists on site, and our friendly, caring, and knowledgeable staff will make sure you are fitted with the proper footwear that is perfect for you. We have Power Lace shoes, the self-lacing shoe activated by your body weight. Just step in and go. We have many new sandal styles from Hoka, Teva, Power Step, Stride, and more. Come visit Comfort Shoes and More in Newport to find the perfect shoes for you. Sunny's Par 3 and Driving Range, located in Winterport, is the perfect place to practice all aspects of your golf techniques. Owned and operated by professional golf instructor Sonny Reynolds, this Par 3 course will suit anyone's game. Sunny's features a Par 3 golf course, a driving range, and golf lessons are available too. It's easy to see why Sunny's Par 3 and Driving Range is the best kept secret in Winterport. We look forward to seeing you this season at Sunny's Par 3 and Driving Range.
Harvey High is now in session. Today's subjects: biology.
Name an animal with the long neck.
Dinosaur, long neck, yeah.
Let me ask you something. When the last time you seen one?
Anatomy.
Name a part of Steve Harvey that a woman might want to kiss.
Your six-pack.
The six-pack? Does she know who Steve Harvey is? You got to dig for it, but it's in there.
Get schooled with Family Feud.
Weeknights at 7 on Fox 22.
Tonight's Sports is brought to you by Engstrom's Auto Service in Guilford. We specialize in all foreign and domestic service and alignments.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Let's start with some basketball. After pulling off a huge upset over Knight Riders Elite and the Boozer Twins on Wednesday, Man United back in action this afternoon looking for a 3-0 start in Peach Jam. Day 3 of pool play, Man United taking on Pro Skills. We're going to pick this one up in the second half. Main down, Cooper Flagg running the pick and roll with his brother Ace. He gets it back in stride and hammers it home. On the defensive end now, look at this monster block from Cooper. He's going to send that shot back. He had quite a few of those on Thursday. 1-point game now. Flagg putting on the dribble moves. He's going to hit him with the spin and then finish with the left. That is not easy to do. That gives Maine United the lead. Down too late. Ball goes to Ace Flagg. He's doubled, spins, and he sinks the lay-in to tie the game. After some free throws, Maine up 2 with just seconds left, and Cooper's 11th block of the day would seal the victory. We have to watch that one again. He would finish with 38 points and 16 boards to go along with those 11 blocks. Maine wins 71-68. They play at noon on Friday. All right, we're going to go back up to Maine and staying with some high school sports now. It is almost Lobster Bowl week. Events for the Maine Shrine Lobster Bowl kick off on Saturday, and they end next Saturday. Let's take a peek at that week ahead. Saturday is the 18th annual Maine Shrine Lobster Bowl Classic Golf Tournament at the Meadows in Litchfield. Registration begins at 8 a.m. on Monday. The football players all get settled in the dorms at Foxcroft Academy. And on Tuesday, it is the annual Media Day in the Foxcroft Gym. That starts at 10:30. Wednesday, down at Central Maine Community College, the cheerleaders participating in this year's Lobster Bowl have their media day that is also at 10:30. Traditionally, the players all go out to the sports arena in Bangor for some fun on Thursday, so kind of a day off for them besides practice. And then on Friday, there is the annual banquet at the Anna Shrine Temple in Bangor. Doors open at 5 for that. And Saturday, it all ends with the 33rd Maine Shrine Lobster Bowl Classic. That takes place at Don Rue Field in Lewiston. Gates open at 1 for the game, with kickoff to follow at 4. All proceeds from the players' sponsorships, golf tournament, ticket sales all go to the Shriners Hospital for Children. Let's stay with some football here. A former UMaine star is now getting a chance at the next level. It's not the NFL, but former Maine wide receiver and special team standout Ernest Edwards has been invited to the XFL Combine. The former Black Bear taking to Twitter on Thursday to announce the news. Edwards was a huge piece to the 2019 Maine team that made a run at the FCS title. He caught 49 passes that year for over 1,000 yards and 11 scores. Also averaged over 28 yards per return and scored 2 touchdowns returning kicks. Multiple-time all-conference wide receiver and special teamer with Maine, wishing him the best of luck with the XFL. Time for the Red Sox now. Rubber match in the series with Texas on Thursday night. Red Sox looking for 5 wins in 6 games. And they'll have to get it done against this guy, nasty Nate Eovaldi, making his first start since leaving Boston. 3-3, top of the 5th, runner on first for Josh Jung. He rips this one into left. The throw to second from Masataka Yoshida is going to be dropped there by Kike Hernandez, so the run is going to come around to score. Kike's throw is wide, just a mess. Rangers take a 4-3 lead. Next batter, more defensive woes. This one into right field really should be playable, but no one calls it. That drops in for a double. Another run comes in. It is 5-3. 5-4 now in the 7th, and Hernandez makes up for it. Loops one into left with the bases loaded. The Red Sox are going to take a 6-5 lead off of that base hit. 8-5 now. Justin Turner up. Same inning. He keeps the hit parade going. 6 runs for the Sox in the 7th leads them to victory. They win 10-6. And lastly, some hockey news now. NHL teams around the country hosting their development camps or D-camps this week. Down in Boston, they wrap up on Friday at the Warrior Ice Arena. Bruins roster is still a work in progress. We don't know what's going to happen with Linus Ullmark, Jeremy Swayman, or David Krejci and Patrice Bergeron. But one name we could see is one of Boston's top prospects, Fabian Lysell. Lysell working his way back from a season-ending concussion he suffered with the Providence Bruins in May. But the 20-year-old says he is ready to battle for a spot with the big league club.
I think everybody coming into camp is trying to make the team, and I'm no different. I know, like I said, I think last year was really good for me, and I think coming into camp this year, I'm really gonna put all my energy out there to make that team.
Wishing him luck. Really excited to see how that roster shapes out. That's all the time we have for sports. Be right back after the break.
If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma or asbestos-related lung cancer, contact the law offices of Joe Bornstein to learn about your legal rights. Maine has the highest rate of mesothelioma fatalities in the U.S. You may be eligible to receive compensation if you were exposed to asbestos products while working in a shipyard, mill, factory, or construction site. For a free case evaluation, dial 207-CALL-JOE or online at joebornstein.com.
Your roof is your first line of defense against the elements. Ensure it's always at peak performance with Peak Performance Roofing. With more than 20 years of experience in the roofing industry, our professionals provide quality craftsmanship and expertise that you can rely on. We are fully insured and stand behind our work. You can trust us to get the job done right the first time. Don't wait until it's too late. Contact Peak Performance Roofing today to schedule your free estimate. 416-8301. Peak Performance Roofing. Your roof is our priority.
Say goodbye to lag times and death spirals with our crazy fast fiber internet. At GoNet Speed, we've dropped our prices on fiber. That means hello to fast fiber internet starting at just $49.95 per month. Or go up to 1 gig, that's 1,000 megabits per second, for only $69.95 a month. The lowest prices we've ever offered. No contract, no hidden fees, no joke. Visit GoNetspeed.com to check availability in your area.
ABC 7, Fox 22, Healing Hands Massage, and Gas Medical want to send you to see Big Time Rush live in concert on their Can't Get Enough tour with special guests Max and Jax Tuesday, July 11th at the Main Savings Amphitheater in Bangor. Sign up to win tickets by registering at Healing Hands Massage in Hamden, providing professional massage services for our clients, and Gas Medical, 411 Main Street, Bangor, a full-service gas station and medical dispensary. Win tickets to see Big Time Rush, July 11th on the Bangor waterfront.
Mom and Dad, you must be so proud.
We're proud of all of our children.
She has to say that.
Oh, you can't run away from me forever.
Just a heads up, this is my good side.
Yeah.
Bazinga, bazinga, bazinga.
Ah! Are you trying to kill me?
Weekdays at 6 on Fox 22.
It's an out-of-this-world celebrity competition.
Oh, God.
Stars on Mars, Mondays at 8, 7 Central on Fox.
New York State is using drones to monitor its beaches for sharks. The unpiloted program is helping lifeguards get a bird's-eye view of the coast and spot any sharks that could become potentially dangerous for swimmers. Officials from the Parks Department say this has become a new issue at the state's beaches, but the drone program has definitely been worth it. Drones spotted a group of 50 sharks off the New York coast as recently as this 4th of July, prompting swimmers to be pulled from the water.
Body camera video shows what a police officer in Wisconsin did to save 3 cows. Check it out. It happened on June 25th in Sturgeon Bay. It's about 40 miles northeast of Green Bay. Officer Andrew Crabb was nearing the end of his overnight shift when he saw black smoke rising from a barn. Officer Crabb parked his vehicle, ran across a field, went into the barn as you see, and opened the gate to free the cows. The Sturgeon Bay Police Department says Officer Crabb and the cows all made it out safely. Just a heroic act there.
I'm sure the farmer who owns that place really appreciated it as well. A one-of-a-kind Maine business is having its grand opening soon, and customers are already talking about the opportunity to get rid of a little stress while having fun. Our Devin Dagnall stopped by for a smashing good time.
Life can get stressful, whether it's from work, relationships, or just the world at large. Emotions build up over time. For some people, just talking about it can help, but others look for something that offers a more hands-on experience. And the Rage Room in Winslow does just that.
I've never had somebody come here who was in a worse mood when they left.
The general manager of the Rage Room, Monica Stanton, says her business takes a certain cathartic approach that is realized through, well, smashing things.
A lot of people come in and they're like, oh, I've got all this stuff to work through. I had a woman come in and she literally smashed things for 45 minutes, crying the whole time. And she's like, I don't know why I'm crying. And I'm like, it doesn't matter why you're crying. Just get it out.
Although it's been open for nearly a year, the Rage Room will have its official grand opening on Saturday, July 15th. Stanton says even if you don't think raging out is your thing, you may be surprised by how much fun you have.
Some people will come in and they're like, oh, I'm not an angry person. I don't think I need to smash anything. And then they start breaking things and they're like, okay, I get it.
Appointments can be made on the Rage Room's website, therageroom.square.site, and the link for that can be found on all of the business's social medias.
And anywhere that I'm posting, I always post the link to be able to book appointments.
In Winslow, Devin Dagnall, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Just something about chucking a glass ornament at a brick wall seems so weirdly satisfying. But you know what? It seems like they're just filling that need for people who have that urge to just smash something.
You know, Devin's not wrong. You know,
Yeah.
life can be rough, and you definitely have days where you've just had it up to here. And if that's the experience that works for you, where you can vent it in a healthy way and then move on with your life, rock on.
And how many opportunities do you get to like just destroy something without any consequence? I love that.
Oh boy, all righty. Well, that's going to do it for us, folks. Good night.
Good night, everyone.